Monday morning, as I'm getting ready for class, I spot another piece of paper lying on the floor of my room. Another announcement? I pick it up and blink. It reads, William enjoys the theatre. Cupid. Okay. Wonderful news. What would be wrong with William loving the theatre? Someone did tell me in the comments that William is part, supposedly, of a poetry club. So I assume that's what this is. But, yeah, good on him. He's found something he enjoys. Please don't make me go along if they're doing slam poetry, though. Who said this? It doesn't seem like William's style to make a suggestion like this, especially not as Cupid. Is this someone's little joke? I wonder if it's Damien. Do I want to go to the school play with William? I'll invite someone else, actually. Funny you should ask that. I'll invite someone else who would enjoy seeing a show with me. I'm going to go Minnie on that one. Thank God she was an option. I make my way over to Butterfly Hall. Dave, what is it? Did I forget something? Damn straight you did, to ask this guy to the play that I wasn't aware existed until a few days ago. No, I just wondered. I wanted to know if you wanted to go to the play with me on Friday. Oh, I can't. I'm sorry. I already promised Manuel I'd help with his art project, and then Jacob and I are taking inventory, and then you're busy. It's fine. But I'll still see you on Saturday for our shift. I've got to go. Well, I guess I'll go to the play alone. Well, fuck me in particular, I guess. What the hell? Oh, I wonder whether it's worth going back and asking someone else. Well, going with Donald and Luke sounds like a good way to not enjoy the play, that's for sure. Barbara would say no. The fact that the letter was addressed from Cupid means that if we go along with William, I think it would be from a romance standpoint. So I think maybe we just tank the L as Minnie, the person who can never settle down or not be doing 10 different things at once. Also, excuse me, sorry, Minnie and Jacob are taking inventory. Why am I not part of that? Oh, well, what class should I take this week? The next exam is on Wednesday. Oh, I forgot about that. Very nice. All right, what's my stress? The thing is like at the end of next week, the stress goes. So like because it's Thanksgiving break. So I kind of just want to hope that I can tank it. What's my skill? 55. Okay. Professor Potsdam clasps her hands together and smiles at us. Are you ready to begin, my little masons? What are these names? Why am I a mason? I'm not a secret society in the UK. Get out of here. Freemason. Yeah, close enough. Black magic allows you to reshape objects to adjust your surroundings to suit your needs. But in order to shape stone, you must first have access to stone. You cannot shape a wall out of nothing. But what is a wall? What purpose does it serve? Walls separate rooms to support structures. Walls hold some things up and keep other things out. What if you reach the same goals with active energy instead of stones? A wall made by pushing up and away. To cast this spell, you must take the energy of red magic and bind it into a fixed form with black. Oh, do I only have this because I have like an amount of red magic? Once anchored in a particular location, it creates a wall of force which pushes back any physical object that tries to cross. This will not prevent anyone from casting spells through the wall, but it would prevent a busco beak from biting your eyes. And as the wall is not physical, it cannot be destroyed through simple damage. So if we're chased by a monster, or... I mean, pretty much that, right? If we're chased by a monster, or like an assailant is a better word here, I can just plop this behind us and be like, haha! I am out now. Oh god, the mischief music has started. There he is. Here I am. Right, are you ready? 4? If you don't remember, you don't have to come. Yeah, more for us. Oh, it's candle making. He's not going to explain. Is this some kind of trick? I'll go with them. It's candle making for extra merits. All right, you lead the way. I follow Donald and Luke. To be fair, the game did set me up to believe that this was mischief music. I follow Donald and Luke to a classroom that is normally used for black magic. There are stoves and pots set up in the back for potion making experiments. There you are. Yes, ma'am. Now, if you'll hold still for a minute, a veil of green magic settles over us. That should improve your resistance to heat and stop you from burning yourself too easily. I do what I want, okay? If I want to burn myself really easily, then let me. Of course, you'll still need to be careful, especially you, Mr. Pfeiffer. Your name is Luke Pfeiffer? Okay. Yes, ma'am. You have an sorry, hang on. Also, I can't help but notice, that seems like a really rude single out. That seems like a perfect way to get us to point at him and be like, haha, you burned yourself. You have an instruction sheet here with all the steps, including the proportions for the dyes and fragrance oils. Do you have any questions? We're cool. That you won't be in a second with the amount of heat around us. Haha. All right, I'm going out for a while, but I'll be back shortly to keep an eye on things. Don't worry, I won't interfere. I might even bring my knitting. She leaves the room and I look more closely at the collection of supplies in the back of the room. That's right, Donald saw the notice in the library asking for people to help make candles. How does this work? Set up the wick, melt the wax, pour it in, then cool it down. Easy. You can cast a seal spell, right? Damn straight I can. Damn straight I can. My god, we've been asked if we can cast 2 spells this entire playthrough, and it happens to be the same one and the one that I already know. Right, you get the wicks. I'll run the boiler. Don't burn yourself. I won't. See, that's because Potsdam mentioned it. He goes off to deal with the melting wax. Okay, here's how your part works. Take a mold and set up the wick in the middle. Here, I'll show you how. He picks up a metal can. There's a little hole in the base, right? Cut a wick that's a few inches taller than the can and run it through. Then seal the wick into the hole so the wax doesn't leak. Put a pencil on top of the can and tie the other end of the wick to hold it straight in the center. This is probably a thing, right? This is probably how you do make candles. I just don't know how, so all of this seems alien. I just buy one every now and then. You've done this before? I read you the directions. Prep the molds and line them up on the desks. We work together to assemble the candles. Luke and I create and fill the molds. There we go. Then Donald casts a series of spells to cool and compress the racks. It isn't difficult work, but it becomes tiring as we repeat the same steps over and over. Despite Potsdam's precautions, there are no accidents. Luke seems fairly comfortable working around the hot stove. Do you do things like this at home? Huh? No? I can cook a little, though. That's not what I was asking. We're making candles. Do you eat candles, Luke? That makes a lot of sense. Me and Logan do it together. Most recipes are meant for 2 people to eat. 2? Your parents don't eat with you? Sometimes, but they have to work, so sometimes it's just us and we cook for ourselves. What do you like to cook most? I don't know. I've never heard that question before. What do you like to cook most? It's not like what do you like to consume or eat most, but what do you enjoy the process of cooking the most? I am someone who does enjoy cooking. So, hard to think. What a weird question, basically. I think it's like weird in a sense that it's interesting, but just never one I've heard asked. Careful, don't confuse him now or someone will get burned. Yeah. Oh, wow, he just admitted it, huh? Do you cook, Dave? No. No, I do. How dare you? I never really learned either, but my dad's great in the kitchen. Home cooking, it's very different for them than it is for me. At home, our meals are always served to us. Oh. You know, I guess that does make sense. Maybe we don't cook then. But if I talked about that, I would sound spoiled or stuck up, as they say on television. And so I keep quiet as we finish our batch of candles. Wonderful work, ducklings. 10 merits for each of you. Huh. In the hood, they call me Mr. Merit Man. Why? A job well done. So we did up our stress a little bit, and our stress is getting concerning. We may fail a class or 2. As long as we only fail 1, we break even. On, like, if we would have just rested instead. You know? So it's okay. I report on schedule for my exam. Am I ready? Wait, hang on. Hang on, I have a really silly idea. Hold up. View my achievements on Steam. Global achievements, stress? No, okay, there's no achievement for maxing out stress. Boo! All right, am I ready? Yeah, I'm ready. All right then, here we go. I find myself standing in a stone corridor. The exit from this dungeon has been hidden. Choose your path carefully, be cautious. All is not as it seems. Okay, so we do have like a reveal charmy spell thingy-mabobby going on here. Oh man, it didn't even give me time to get excited for the exam. Okay, so what does it say on the floor? You have to read it. You never know, you never know. Dave, the answer to this puzzle is simple. Just as you read the words, the text fades away. Okay. A joke. A hole in the floor. Detect charm? Don't see any charmed objects here. Trigger? Okay, is there anything else that would, like, help us see that this isn't the way it is? Seal? Fixes places or in objects or fuses them shut. Repairs six. This seems like a really bad idea. Shaped stone. Ooh, I only have enough for one is the problem. I'm wondering if I could, like, use stone around to close up the hole in the floor. The only thing with that, and I do have save and loads, so, you know, I can basically do all of these. My initial thinking here is that I can use the stone, but, like, because it's probably so far down, this probably won't work, but, like, we can give it a go. Abyss. The abyss is not an object. Okay, so, hang on. What if I go forward? Do I literally just fall? Yeah, okay, cool. So, in that case, seal, cast, floor. You cast seal on the floor. Okay, cool. So that did nothing. All right, good to know, good to know. They are definitely right, to be clear. That should probably not work, but, like, you have to try everything. Shape stone, cast spell, abyss. What do you want to reshape it to? A column, I guess. The abyss is not stone, it is a lack of stone. The side of the shaft is stone, but they are too massive for you to reshape with this spell. Damn, they really thought of everything. I was hoping I could use the sides to do something, but no. Okay, let's have a look then. Ooh. Okay, so there are two abysses here. Just gonna check real quick for, like, secret walls. After the first one, you can never be too sure, and I don't want to be caught on YouTube not having seen something that easy again. Okay, so fantastic. What we're looking at right now... I wonder if I can do that to a wall. Okay, hang on. Hit me out with the spirit sense real quick. No, okay. You know, you never know, right? Wait, breeze. What about breeze? North. Nah, shit. Shame. That is indeed forward. Okay, it would be nice if we could put, like, a force... This won't work also. But it would be nice if we could put a force wall on the gap, and then when we step over the gap, we, like, bounce off it because we can't go through it. This won't work. Yeah, it didn't even let us. It's literally a wall. Okay. So I got to think outside the box here a little bit. Nudge the wall. Nothing in particular then? Okay, I don't want to, like, nudge every single wall. Am I gonna nudge every single wall? Maybe. Because we were told that everything is not as it seems. So I think this isn't going to be an abyss in some way, shape, or form. It has to be a trick. But delayed effects or traps. We don't really have anything to, like... If this is fake... We don't really have any way to know that. It doesn't let us just straight up walk over. Right? Is there any way... Oh, hang on a minute. What if I inspect the abyss? It's not an object. It was a nice idea. It was a nice idea until it wasn't. What if I... Cast trigger, nothing obvious happens. Okay. So I did that on the other side beforehand, right? Right? Yeah, okay. There's no charm. Excuse me? The floor to the west is enchanted? Yep. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Oh, something to the south is enchanted. Trigger. There's a... this is an invisible... It's a wall. But I can't... It's not... It doesn't work with trigger. Because it's not a delayed effect or trap. We do have open. Aha! Okay. We don't have enough magic for open, so... You know what they say? Third, fourth try lucky. All right, this way, down here. Detect charm, just to make sure that I'm not casting it at a blank wall and it does nothing. Then open. The wall to the forward. The stones of the wall aren't responding to the magic. Perhaps there's not really a wall there. You step through the wall, there's nothing there. Examine the floor. As far as your eyes can tell, it's a perfectly ordinary stone. An intricate pattern has been inscribed on the floor here. A sequence of runes is set along the outer edge of a circle. It looks too complicated for simple direction. It must mean something. Can I touch the runes? Nothing happens. Okay. I guess I'll stand in it then. You stand in the circle and wait. Nothing happens. Oh no. Okay. That's... Okay, I kind of thought we'd done it. I thought I was being silly. We still have to do something to get across here, right? Sequence of runes? We haven't learned anything about the runes, right? We haven't learned any rune-adjacent things. Okay, hit me up. What if I cast Breeze? Still north. That's still a shame. I wonder if something is supposed to, like, come out of here, rather than, like, me be teleported elsewhere. Trigger? Oh, there we go! Wowee. Oh wait, was there a... Oh no, that's just over the abyss. Okay. Is there any other cheeky secrets? No! I was checking for secrets. You can't hold that against me. That's illegal. It's illegal. Okay, hang on. Let me just cast open this time instead of straight up. Doing that. Trigger. What? Why is there light? Was there not light here before? Am I crazy? Walls, forward wall? Hopscotch is inscribed upon it. Okay. Oh no, it was here, wasn't it? Okay. Wait, we're genuinely not out yet. This is almost like a two-parter. Ahead. This is just back to the abyss, right? Okay, light ahead. It's just the other side of the abyss. Okay, so let's check all of these then. Ahead, east. There's another abyss. There's nothing here, right? Like, I've not just missed stairs. No, okay, cool. Oh god, there's actually more. There's actually more. Oh no! We're not done yet. Won't let... Okay, so the only way I can fall through... The only way I can fall is if I just... If I approach an abyss in darkness. Detect charm. Detect Charm. Detect Charm? The wall to the west is enchanted. I can't open. I can't trigger either. All right, back we go. Oh, man, the lack of MP is killing me a little bit. Does that mean I'm going to stop slam jamming magic? Hell no. Okay. So let's just straight up cast an open on that one. The wall's ahead. Bada bing, bada boom. Trigger. Then up, up. Not that one. Here. Spellbook. Open. Cast. Walls ahead. Oh, he's one of the greats. And it only took 4 reloads. Oh yeah, I'm gonna climb the stairs. Give me the merits. Give me them all. Oh, I make my way to the surface, blinking a bit at the sunlight. Congratulations, Dave. That's me, by the way. I'm being congratulated right now. For succeeding in your quest, you receive 5 merits. I hope you enjoyed putting your skills into practice. Ooh, let's go. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have another student to look after. Well, that's that done. Matt, they are the best part of the game. I'm so puzzle coded in current year. I love a cheeky puzzle, and these are just puzzles, and I don't remember them even remotely. For all I know, they could be like different dungeons as well. I'm on my way back to my room when I hear a commotion in the halls. Stomping, shouting. Professor Grabiner, sir! Ellen is yelling at Grabiner? I better go see what's going on. Oh god. We only got this because we got the Ellen tag. I ease forward, joining a growing cluster of students who are staring at the confrontation. Your testing procedure is unbalanced and unfair. Take it up with the headmistress. I have no time for this. How would you have done it? Okay, so red magic, like the what? Oh, okay, hang on. I'm gonna test something here. Test a cheeky hypothesis. I'm gonna save there, and I'm gonna quickly go back. I want to see whether the wall has an HP bar. So, diagnosis, the wall ahead of me. I'm wondering how many forms of magic, and like Ellen asking kind of triggered this. I wonder how many forms of magic you can use to go through all of these. So obviously I did it by just like opening the wall. I wonder if red magic can just blast their way through. I don't really know what other magic would do. Hang on. Push. Shove a target. That's not what I want to do at all. Shakes and warms a target. Counteracting some spell effects. Oh, it kind of feels like that's what I should have done with Barbara in the spellcasting contest, huh? Yeah, I think the real answer maybe I don't have enough. A white magic playthrough might be really fun for this. It's just the only thing you do is try and speak to everyone. Okay. I don't have any damaging spells, I don't think. But I wonder whether, like, red magic could just... The wall resists. Like, whether you could blast through this door... Yeah, I don't know how others would do it. I was hoping I had a red magic spell, basically, but I don't. Anyway, let's see what Ellen has to say. That was a side tangent that went nowhere, I'm sorry. Take it up with the headmistress. I have no time for this. No, you listen to me. It's important. Would you be willing to accept attention in exchange for my listening to your little diatribe? Yes! I see. Carry on. You know what? I respect Graviner's bit. He asked a question... It was like his bluff was met and he was just like, all right, let's do this then. You tell us that we're supposed to be creative, but you discourage creative solutions. Oh God, what has she done? What has she done? Did she put like a big trampoline at the end of the abyss and jumped into that and gone boing and gone like all the way up, crushing both of her legs upon landing, I would imagine. You tell us we're supposed to think of our way out of challenges, but you don't teach us to think. All we've learned since we've been here is spells. No history, no literature, no social guidance. Yeah, it's because that's dull. You don't tell us what is and isn't accepted behavior, and then you punish us anyway. You tell us to experiment, but you don't tell us how to do it safely. You don't give us tools to measure our progress. I don't know about you, Ellen, but I can see my progress perfectly well. Doesn't everyone have UI that's just on top of their vision at all times? What's my UI? Hang on, I see there, smart. Wow, I didn't know numbers could go that low. Anyway, and you make fun of science for doing what you can't. It's wrong. Have you quite finished? Yes. Very well, I will see you on Sunday for your detention, Miss Middleton. I mean, he didn't respond to any of it, which seems harsh, but I guess he did keep his word. But he's going to probably cop an earful during the detention about that as well. He pivots neatly in place, his cape sweeping out behind and making onlookers flinch and walks away. Ah! I don't exactly know what set Ellen off, but I think it's best to wait for her to calm down before I ask. Damn, what a baller. Oh, my gamble has not paid off. What a disaster. After class is let out on Thursday, I track Ellen down in the school library. Dave? Hi, I want to know what she was arguing about with grabbing her, but how should I bring it up? Ask why she was angry. Be direct. Don't beat around the bush. You're never going to get the answer you want. I heard you were pretty upset with Professor Grabiner yesterday. I mean, we were standing right there. What did he do? He didn't... Well, he did, but she sighs. It was because of the exam. I didn't fail, but he said I didn't pass either. Because I found my way out of the dungeon, but I didn't use any magic to do it? I mean, it's clever. I guess, like... That's not an inherently bad way to do it. Whoa, hang on. Is that also an achievement? Magic? Dungeon? You defeated a dungeon exam without casting any spells. Sorry, Ellen, but the way I'm playing it, that sounds like it would be a victory. How did you do that? They told us when we went in. Things aren't what they seem, so I knew there would be illusions. But the walls all felt solid, so I realized they must be affecting the mind as well as the eye. So I thought if I don't know the walls are there, they can't affect me. So I blindfolded myself and spun, and then I fell over, but that was okay because I needed a crawl to be sure that I didn't fall into any invisible pits. You crawled through the whole dungeon blind. Oh no, I had to take the blindfold off to use the teleport circle. There weren't any instructions, so I had to test all the rune combinations in sequence. Did I have blind or did Barbara have blind? I think Barbara had blind, right? Could you cast blind on yourself and go through that way? If someone in the comments has done that, you need to let me know. That would be so cool. How is that even possible? So I found the exit, but I didn't cast any spells, so he said it didn't count and he wouldn't give me any merits. If they said I had to use a spell, I would have. It's not fair. It seems obvious to me that the exams are designed to be solved using magic. Spells and how to use them would have been the focus of our education. Perhaps she sees things differently because she's a wild seed. I think there are lots of situations where you're not going to be able to cast magic. And like thinking of a quick and swift solution, trying to not say the word pragmatic, quick and swift solution to your way forward might be the way forward. Like, it is a good thing. Not the way forward, but like, it's a good thing. You know, Minnie wanted to arrange some special assemblies for wild seeds to help them fit in. Really? Why didn't she? Professor Potsdam wouldn't allow it. She said it was important for newcomers to find their own paths rather than be told what to do. That's hilarious. That did happen. Okay, she should be furious. That's good, isn't it? She wants you to be individuals. That doesn't hold up if we're still punished for not assimilating. What? Conforming? Adjusting to be like everyone else? Oh, what will you do now? What they tell me to do until I think of something better. I can't believe Grabiner gave me detention for speaking my mind. Yeah, I mean, that bit I'm not surprised by. You knew the deal. I can't believe you agreed to it. Oh, I guess I did. I was still really mean. He's an awful man. He'll probably invent something humiliating to do to me. I think you're safe on that. He's not so bad, really. How do you know? I'm a good judge of character? I mean, you can just say you're a people person, even though that's a bit of a red flag. Right. I'll talk to you later. Oh my god. We skedaddled out of there. Oh, man. Alright, 2 black magic. Nice. In the evening, I head to the auditorium. Alright, we'll do the play next episode and, like, pray to God that we can just catch Minnie or something. But, you know, I was hoping this would be a date, but as per always, she has a million things to do. Anyway, hit stop recording without saying anything.